Here I have an empty scene. I deleted everything and I clicked on motion design to prepare the editor for me. So if I go ahead and click on rectangle and drag a rectangle, you can see it's completely black. Even if I look from the behind, it's black. The reason is because the shading is set on lit. If I set that on unlit, now I can see the white color. Let's say you want to see the rectangle even though if you set that to lit. So you need to come to the details and scroll down to see the unlit. If it's hard for you to see that, you can just search here, type unlit. And if I click on use unlit material, so now I can see the rectangle. This is very useful when you want to use combination of 3D models and 2D shapes together. So let's take a look at some attributes in the details. Let's go ahead and move that up to make some room. If I scroll down, you can see we have the shape tab. Here we have the size type. You can use the Unreal Unit or you can use the pixel. And here you see we have the mesh size. It's on X, Y. So if I change the values, as you see, they locked together. So when you change the X, the Y changes with it. And if you come over here and change that to free, basically you are unlocking them. So now you can change X or Y individually. We have the uniform scale size. It's obvious what it does. And we have the horizontal alignment. You can align the shape to the left, to the center, or to the right. As you see, the pivot is moving to the right and center and to the left. And the same is for the vertical alignment. We have the left slant and the right slant. You can come over here and reset the buttons. We have the global bevel size. Basically, you are beveling the edges or the corners as you see. And you can decrease or increase the subdivisions as you see there. You have more resolution when you increase the subdivision. Another way to change the shape attributes, we can change these attributes or most of them in the viewport. So you can see we have some points on the shape. For example, if I click on this point, I can change the size of the rectangle. And if I click on this point, and if I click and drag it, I am adding bevel to the edge or to the corner. And the same is here. Click and drag to add the bevel. And we have another icons. Maybe it's not visible clearly. If you are watching the video, it's there. It's gray. So if you click on that, basically this is the slant. You can see the attributes or the values are changing in the details. Or you can come over here. You can see we have the top left. This is the top left. So if I increase the size, you can see I am adding the bevel. So you can control these attributes from the viewport too. The other shape, we have the ellipse. So if I click and drag, and we need to change it to unlit, or we can come over here and change that to unlit for now. So we have here, we can change the shape. And if you come to the shape, you can see we have common attributes that we saw in the rectangle. But here we have more options. For example, the angle degree. You can change the angle degree. We're gonna see how to animate this parameter later in the course. And we have the start degree. We have the sides, of course. It's self-explanatory. You can see we are adding more details. So let's take a look at the regular polygon. So if I click and drag, let's select that, click and drag. And in the shapes, as you see, we have common attributes. For example, the size type, the mesh, and the uniform scale. We have the sides. You can make it circle too if you increase the sides, and you can control the bevel size too. And we have the ring. Let's go ahead and click and drag it. If you hold shift, you will lock the ratio. We have the sides. As usual, we have the inner size. By the way, you can animate most of these attributes. If you look here, you can see we have these icons. Basically, you are adding key. So when you see this icon in front of any attribute, this means you can animate that. We're gonna take a look at that later. And of course, we have the angle degree. We have the freehand tool. You can create any shape you want. We have the chevron. This is simple arrow. And you can take a look at the shape and change it from here too. Feel free to experiment with these parameters. We have the arrow. And again, we have the attributes under the shape. You can change the shape of the arrow. And we have the line. It's simple line. In the next lesson, we're gonna continue.